Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here, and thank you all at home for watching this meeting of the Town Board of the Town of Carmel. Before we get started, as always, we have the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. So everybody please rise, and Councilman Lombardi, would you lead us, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Just ask that we remain standing for a moment of silence to remember all those men and women who are fighting overseas, who provide us with the blanket of freedom that we live under each and every night. Thank you.
Thanks, Frank. So once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's meeting is a dual meeting. We have a Town Board voting meeting. It's the first part of the public meeting this evening, and the second part, we're going to go right into our work session items. We have 4 work session items on for tonight, and we have 9 Town Board voting resolutions that we'll be acting on tonight as well. So for the date is Wednesday, August 18th, 2021. And for the record, all Town Board members are present with us this evening, as is our Town Clerk, Ann Spofford, all the way down to my right and down to my left. We have Joe Charbonneau filling in for Town Council Greg Folchetti, who is out of town on vacation this week. So, Joe, thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Yes, Joe. Thank you very much.
So, let's get started with the Town Board voting meeting portion of the meeting. And the first resolution, or except the first item that we have to act on, is the Town Board minutes of July 14th and 21 of 2021. So I need a motion to accept those. So moved by Councilwoman McDonough.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Channel. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, first resolution that we're voting on tonight is a resolution authorizing partial refund of wetland permit fee. Councilman Channel, would you read one, please?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Town of Carmel Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.A., hereby authorizes a partial refund of the wetland permit application fee paid for the property known as 22 Fulmore Road, Town of Carmel, tax map number 65.19-1-21. Said refund being authorized the amount of $850,000 to Luca Racanelli.
$850.
$850, I'm sorry.
Okay.
To Luca Racanelli. I offer this resolution as read.
Second. Boy, they would have loved that.
Yeah, they would have liked that. Did you second it, Susan?
Yes, I did.
Seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call vote.
Councilman Channel.
Yes.
Councilman Borelli.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi. Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carried. Okay, second resolution is a resolution awarding a bid for Carmel Water District Number 2 Water Main Replacement Project. This is for the Kelly Road Backlot Contract Number C-266. Susie, would you read 2, please?
Sure. Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Carmel has previously authorized advertisement for the solicitation of bids for Carmel Water District Number 2 Water Main Replacement Project for Kelly Road Backlot Contract Number C-266. And whereas such bids were received and opened on July 29th, 2021, and now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as Commissioners of Carmel Water District Number 2, hereby award said contract to Legacy Supply LLC, Valhalla, New York, the lowest responsible bidder meeting specifications, New York, at a project cost of $589,995. And be further resolved that upon presentation of the performance bonds, labor and materials bonds, and insurance certificates in form acceptable to Town Council, Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to sign any and all documentation necessary for the execution of all contract documentation required in connection herewith. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote.
Councilman Channel.
Yes.
Councilman Borelli.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 3, is a resolution authorizing additions and deletions to the active list of the Mahopac Volunteer Fire Department. Councilman Lombardi, would you read 3?
Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the addition of the following name to the active list of the Mahopac Volunteer Fire Department: Jenna Magliari. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough and Councilman Borelli. Roll call vote.
Councilman Channel.
Yes.
Councilman Borelli.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 4, is a resolution authorizing Chief of Police Anthony Hoffman to proceed with the purchase of a new police patrol boat. Councilman Borelli, would you read 4, please?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes Chief of Police Anthony R. Hoffman to proceed with the purchase of one new twin outboard police patrol vessel from Lifeboats by IMS, Bremerton, Washington, at a cost not to exceed $149,478.32. Said authorization made pursuant to New York State Office of General Services 1122 program for purchase of equipment for counter, drug, homeland security, and emergency response activities. And be it further resolved that Town Supervisor Karen Schmidt and their Chief of Police Anthony R. Hoffman are hereby authorized to sign all necessary documents to purchase said vehicles from said vendor in accordance with the invoice proposal dated August 12, 2021, which is attached hereto and made a part hereof. Be it further resolved, the Town Controller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget revisions to effect the aforesaid purchase transactions authorized herein. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, offered by Councilman Borelli, seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call vote.
Councilman Shannon.
Yes.
Councilman Borelli.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
And Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carried. And for the benefit of the public, it's important to note on this purchase, the New York State Parks Marine Services Bureau, it will be reimbursing the town of Carmel for 50% of the cost of this vessel. So the $149,478 cost will become $75,000 once the Parks Bureau reimburses the town for the cost, and it's anticipated that that will happen. Chief of Police Anthony Hoffman was on the phone speaking to the New York State Bureau of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation, which is also oversees the Marine Services Bureau, and they confirmed today that that is in fact the case, that they will reimburse the town for the half the cost, 50% of the cost of the vessel, which is great news for the town of Carmel, that we're going to be getting half of that money back for the boat. So also the next resolution, number 5, the same thing holds true for that. We're going to be purchasing a new outboard motor for the current police vessel, and that's at a cost of $30,000, and 50% of the cost of that new outboard motor will be reimbursed by the state as well. So that $30,000 becomes $15,000. So it's a big savings to the town that we're getting money back from the state for the purchase of these police-related vessels and outboard motor for the lake. Okay, so next resolution, number 5, is a resolution acknowledging and authorizing emergency purchase for the town of Carmel Police Department. This is for the current Marine One vessel. Councilman Shannon, would you read 5, please?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, and upon the request and recommendation of Town of Carmel Chief of Police Anthony R. Hoffman, hereby acknowledges and authorizes the emergency purchase and installation of a 2021 Yamaha VMAX 250 horsepower outboard motor for the Town of Carmel police boat from McDonald Marina, Mayapack, New York, at a cost not to exceed $32,000. And be it further resolved that Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to sign any and all documentation necessary to accept the proposal authorized herein, and be it further resolved that the Town Controller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost of this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Councilman Lombardi, roll call vote.
Councilman Shannon.
Yes.
Councilman Borelli.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carried. And let me explain this also. This absolutely makes 100% justified to purchase a new boat, new outboard motor for the current police boat, without a question. The boat is 17 years old. It's a Boston Whaler. It's called the 21-foot Justice, and the Boston Whaler hull is in excellent condition. The boat's in great condition, so it makes sense to repower the boat. So we'll have 2 police boats available to patrol Lake Mayapack next year. The current boat with a new outboard motor and the new police vessel. Hopefully that comes in time for next year's boating season. We don't know whether it will or not, but so the order is going to be placed on that very shortly, and hopefully we'll have it for next year. So, but this is a great move by the town board and our police chief Anthony Hoffman to go ahead and purchase a new boat for the Lake Mayapack and to repower the existing boat. So I commend the town board for authorizing the purchase of this, and for Chief Hoffman being so enthusiastic and assertive about this and understanding that a new boat was needed for the lake patrols of Lake Mahopac. So having 2 boats out there also makes sense because everybody knows how busy Lake Mahopac is on the weekends, and certainly another boat out there is going to be a big benefit to the users of the lake. So I just want to thank everybody for their support and cooperation in these purchases. And thank you, Chief, as well. Okay, next resolution number 6. Does anybody else want to comment on that?
And also, the repowering of the old boat will be pretty quick.
It will. They'll have the new motor tomorrow. It's
Good.
being picked up tomorrow, and they're gonna install the new motor next Monday and Tuesday. They don't want to start working on it on Friday, because if they do, it's going to take them 2 days to do the job, and we need a boat on the lake.
Yeah.
So Kenny, although he'll have the motor, he's not going to install it till next week, either Monday, Tuesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay.
So the new motor will be on for next weekend.
Good.
The boat will be available for this weekend patrols. Okay, so number 6 is a resolution authorizing hiring of a part-time employee in the accounting department. And Councilwoman McDonough, would you read 6, please?
Shall resolve that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of the Town of Carmel Comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell, hereby authorizes the hiring of Eileen Brennan in the Accounting Department on a temporary and part-time basis commencing immediately at an hourly rate of $35 per hour and not to exceed 19 hours per week. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
I'll second it. Okay, roll call vote?
Councilman Shannon.
Yes.
Councilman Borelli.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi. Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes,
Yeah.
I just have one question. Maybe I should have brought it up. Should it be immediate,
Her
meaning today?
Yeah, her last day is Friday.
So it
This
should
Friday.
be it should actually say commencing Friday,
Monday's the 23rd.
right,
It
Joe?
could be-
Sorry.
Her last day is Friday, so the effective date of her retirement is this Friday. So for the purposes of this, we
Should be effective Monday.
Monday the
Effective
23rd.
Monday.
Yeah, so you can amend the resolution to use Monday the 23rd as the date.
That sounds perfect, exactly what Joe said. Please amend the resolution.
Okay.
Yeah.
So replacing immediately with the date of August 23rd. Is that Monday?
I'm looking now, Joe. Just let's double check and make sure.
That's
Yes,
Monday.
yes, it is.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Okay, so the amendment was offered by Councilwoman McDonough, and
Yep.
then you seconded.
I'll second it, yeah. All those in favor with the amendment
Aye.
Aye,
as amended? Okay, aye.
as amended.
All right. Did you do the roll call vote on this yet?
Well, she got to me, so yes, amended. Sorry.
As amended.
And Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes. As amended, motion carried. Okay. All right, next resolution, number 7, is a resolution authorizing acceptance of a proposal for professional services, Carmel Water District Number 2 tank inspections. Councilman Lombardi, would you read 7?
Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel, acting as Commissioners of the Carmel Water District Number 2, and upon the recommendation of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., hereby authorizes the acceptance of proposals for Core Tech Deep River, Connecticut, for the performance of remotely operated vehicle water tank testing in Carmel Water District Number 2 at Everett Road, Lindy Drive, and Clapboard Ridge tank locations at a cost not to exceed $6,800 in accordance with the proposal dated August 13, 2012. And be it further resolved, the Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to sign any and all documentation necessary to authorize the actions contained herein. And be it further resolved, the Town Controller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost of this authorization. I offer the resolution as read.
Second.
2021. You said 2012.
I'm sorry, 2021.
2021. It's just reversed. Okay. Who seconded that?
Second.
All right, seconded by Councilman Shannon. Roll call vote?
And Councilwoman McDonough.
Yeah.
Councilman Shannon.
Yes.
Councilman Borelli.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carried, thanks. Okay, next resolution, number 8, is a resolution authorizing execution of an agreement between the Civil Service Employees Association, Inc., Local 840, AFSCME, AFL-CIO, and the Town of Carmel in regard to collective bargaining agreement with a term of January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2026. Councilman Borelli, would you read the rest of it?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby ratifies and accepts the memorandum of agreement dated July 30th, 2021, between the Civil Service Employees Association, Inc., Local 840, AFS-CME, AFL-CIO, and the Town of Carmel for the duration of January 1, 2022 through December 31st, 2026, which is attached hereto. The memorandum of agreement was ratified on August 12, 2021 by town employees in the bargaining unit represented by the Civil Service Employees Association, Local 840, AFS, CME, AFL, CIO. The Town Board hereby authorizes the town supervisor to sign a collective bargaining agreement consistent with the terms of the memorandum of agreement. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lombardi and Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call vote.
Councilman Shannell.
Yes.
Councilman Borelli.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carried. And I just want to mention that this concludes it completes all three bargaining units for the town of Carmel, have all settled their contracts and all have contracts in place going forward for multiple years. The PBA goes out 8 years. The IBT, the Local 456 highway workers is a 5-year contract. And now the CSEA unit is a 5-year contract also. So I want to thank all the negotiators who negotiated with the bargaining units to arrive at conclusions to their contracts over, several months, it seems. But they're all completed now. They're in place, and that's good that they're settled. And I want to thank Susie and Frank for negotiating the CSEA contract, because by both of you negotiating the way you did with their negotiating team, we didn't have attorneys involved.
Right.
So there were no attorneys required for the negotiations with, normally there are attorneys involved when you have collective bargaining agreements. So Labor Council didn't get any work because of you guys, and also with the highway too, I believe.
Yeah.
Same thing with the highway, and the PBA was very minor, very little involvement by attorneys, but not that they're not needed, Joe, but in this case, our negotiators did a great job negotiating the contracts, and they weren't required or weren't needed.
One attorney involved, but he wasn't paid.
That's right, he wasn't paid, yeah. So thank you all, thank all the negotiators with all three contracts, you did a great job. So the new supervisor coming in January, who's here tonight, Mike Kazari, isn't have to going to worry about negotiating new contracts for a while. So, okay. All right. So next up is number 9, is a resolution making probationary promotional appointment of principal account clerk to the Town of Carmel Accounting Department. Councilman Shannell, would you read 9, please?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby appoints Carol Ormsby to be the position of Principal Account Clerk in the Town of Carmel Accounting Department at a Group 10-step, 1 annual salary effective August 23, 2021, on a probationary basis subject to the provisions of civil service law and the civil service rules and regulations. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lombardi. Councilwoman McDonough, roll call vote.
Councilman Shannell.
Yes.
Councilman Borelli.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt.
Yes, motion carried. I wish Carol Ormsby all the best. She's an excellent employee, and I think she's gonna be a good fit for the principal account clerk in the accounting department, who handles payroll, benefits, amongst a lot of other duties and responsibilities. So she's going to do a great job in there. She's certainly capable of doing that, and I wish her all the best of luck. So thank you, Carol. Congrats.
Congrats.
Okay, so that concludes the voting meeting agenda items for tonight. Before we move on to the town board work session, is there anybody here that would like to comment on the agenda items that we just covered? Come on up at this time, if there are. Okay, there being none, so I need a motion to close the voting meeting?
So moved.
So moved by, who so moved?
There might be somebody here for
Oh, open forum?
open forum.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there anybody here for the open forum, new business portion of the voting meeting? First part of the meeting. Ma'am, you're not here for that? Okay. All right, you're a reporter, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I need a motion to close the meeting?
Motion, so moved.
So moved by Councilman Shannell, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, I need a motion to open the work session now. So moved by Councilman Lombardi.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Shannell and Councilman Borelli. All those in favor? Aye. Okay, the work session is now open, and Rich Franzetti, the town engineer, has most of the items on the work session agenda, 1, 2, and 3. 1 is consider request to acknowledge emergency repairs and services Carmel Water District Number 6 and Carmel Sewer District Number 2. Rich?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Memorandum is being presented to the Town Board to advise the Board of emergency invoices submitted in payment to proceed in excess of $10,000. These services were rendered. Carmel Water District 6 Shell Valley Pump Number 1 replacement on July 25th. B&J, the operators, Carmel Water District 6, SS4, I apologize, notified the engineering department that a pump failed due to a lightning storm. The submersible pump, cable, and related parts were replaced and set new on 8/5. There's an invoice in the amount of $10,733 to make that repair. It has been submitted for insurance for reimbursement, and we have gotten the money back from insurance already. They have reviewed that and given us the money. Carmel Sewer District 2, repair for the second stage clarifier drive on Tank 1. On August 6th, Infomark, the operators for Carmel Sewer District 2, notified the engineering department of a failure of the secondary clarifier drive. This was deemed an emergency repair and has been authorized by the engineering department. This is in the event that the sludge bills heavily in the clarifier can bring us into a non-compliant situation. An estimated repair in the amount of $29,442.61 is there for the repair.
Okay, any questions or comments?
Yeah, Rich, what, I see that it was installed 2 years ago, but what's the life expectancy of it? I don't see that that's there.
I'd have to get that information from them. I don't know. It's got to be more than 2 years, though, so we had parts of that repaired 2 years ago. This is a bigger piece. This is, part of it was repaired. This is a larger part of it that's being repaired. I'll get that information to the board.
Okay.
Apologize for not having it in there.
And can you just find out, like, why, if it, say if it has a life expectancy of 5 years, why we've had to repair so much over prior and now?
I will do that. I'll get a report back to the board on that.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions or comments for the engineer on this item? Okay, Rich, go on to number 2. Consider request for proposals for herbicide treatment upper and lower Tea Kettle Spout Lakes.
The engineering department circulated RFPs for the reference, for the upper and lower Tea Kettle Spout Lakes for herbicide treatments to 7 contractors on July 6th. It was also posted on the town webpage. Formal RFPs were received by the engineering office on August 6th. 2 companies, the Pond and Lake Connection and Limnology Information and Freshwater Ecology, or LIFE, submitted proposals. It's a proposal to provide multi-year to perform aquatic herbicide treatments for the upper and lower Tea Kettle Lakes. It's an effective term of 3 years commencing on or about May 1st, 2022, and ending after the completion of work in 2025. The town has the unilateral option at the sole discretion of the town to extend the contract for 2 one-year periods, 2026 and 2027. Costs are provided in the backup. The costs for the upper Tea Kettle Lake were from PLC $3,900 per year and from Life $4,350 a year. Total cost for the 5-year program $19,500 and $21,750. For Lower Tea Kettle Lake, from Pond and Lake Connection, $5,025 a year, and from Life, $5,150 a year. Total cost for 5 years, $25,125, and for Life, $25,750. Overall cost for both lakes, $44,625 over 4 years for PLC, or $47,500 for Life. Pond and Lake Connection has been performing this professional service adequately for the Tea Kettle Park District since 2013, and we recommend the multi-year proposal be accepted for Pond and Lake Connection. This service will be included in the budgets going forward in the for next year and going forward.
Okay. All right, thanks, Rich. Any questions or comments, concerns on this item?
No.
The engineer? No? Okay. So we'll go on to number 3, Rich. Consider request. This is a bond return for Cocoa Farms, tax map number 55.11-1-40 for $163,000.
So on August 12th, the planning board passed a motion recommending the bond return of that amount, $163,000 for Cocoa Farms. The engineering department and the building department had inspected the site. All the planning board improvements pursuant to the board's approval have been completed, including New York State DOT work, and it was recommended to the planning board that the bond be returned, and is recommended now to the town board that this bond be returned to Cocoa Farms, the owner of Cocoa Farms.
Okay, all right, all recommendations were made by our consultants for the return of the bond. Any questions and concerns about that?
No?
Yep.
Return of the bond, good?
Yep.
Okay, all right, great. Thanks, Rich.
Thank you,
So-
everyone. Have a good night.
Thanks,
Thank
Rich.
you.
So the next item is Chief Hoffman's, but he asked me if I would kindly cover it for him tonight. This is to consider request to authorize purchase of ammunition. So you have a memo from Chief Hoffman. I respectfully request permission to proceed with the ordering of ammunition for the Town of Carmel Police Department's training and duty use for 2021. As in the past, this ammunition is ordered under New York State OGS contract PC 68734 for firearms ammunition and less lethal products statewide. The contract vendor remains Eagle Point Gun / TJ Morris and Son of Thoroughfare, New Jersey. The order will be replaced as follows. So it's 40 caliber ammunition and 45 caliber ammunition, and also 223 caliber ammunition, which is for the rifles. The order will be, total cost will be $15,524.80. This is an annual budgeted item in the police department's equipment line. It is necessary to order this amount of ammunition at this time due to a combination of order lead time and scheduled department training and requalifications for 2021. This order abides the requirements of New York State GML 103-16 and the Town of Carmel Procurement Policy Section 6, piggybacking. I have attached the vendor's email quote for your review, submitted by Carmel Police Chief Anthony Hoffman. So this is something that we do every year for the PD with, as far as ammunition, but evidently the ammunition is also being affected by everything else that is slowed down in this country, in this world. So they're having a difficult time, I guess, producing enough ammunition for everyone's use, and it holds true for ammunition as well. So that's why he's ordering it now, because he wants to make sure that he gets it in a timely manner for qualifications and training. Any questions on this one? No?
No.
Okay, so that completes the work session agenda items for tonight's town board meeting. Is there any members of the public that are here to comment on the work session items? Come on up at this time if there is. Okay, is there anybody here for the new business open forum portion of the work session meeting? If there is, come on up, and you're welcome to the podium at this time. Okay, there being none, does the town board have any comments they'd like to make or announcements they want to make?
Nope.
If you do, make them at this time. Okay, so we're not meeting next Wednesday because the planning board is using this room. So the next time that we're meeting, I'm just looking at my calendar now. So we're not meeting on the 25th, and the next time that we'll meet is, looks like the 1st.
First.
Yeah. So it's Wednesday, September 1st. We'll meet for a town board voting meeting. So we'll be voting on the work session items that we just covered tonight, those 4 items, on Wednesday the 1st. And then Wednesday, September 8th, will be a regular town board work session on that date. So no meeting next Wednesday. We won't be here. That's the 25th. But we'll be back again on Wednesday, September 1st for a town board voting meeting. Everybody good with that? Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so that's it. I need a motion to close the meeting.
So moved.
So moved by
Second.
Councilman Lombardi.
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Be well. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you here on Wednesday, September 1st.